hello again, Dave.
Hello, Ian. How are you? I know,
It
right?
has been 249 long episodes of this.
So
And this right now that we're doing right here, right now.
Yes.
Or you over there and me over here.
Exactly.
However, whatever. 250.
250 episodes of some Apex adjacent and some other names.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, and of those, there's probably one or two good episodes in there.
Ian, I'm going to give you a hearty pshaw on that because we have had some amazing times and made amazing friends over doing 250 episodes.
It's funny you say that about the friend. Almost like it was a segue.
Yep, segue king, Severnuk.
Yeah, segue to the theme of this episode, which is that we talked to a few people that we've interacted with over the years.
Yeah.
People we've met through the show or through car things. And, we just got to pick people at random who are very responsive on their Twitter DMs, basically. And we're rolling with it. And it's a show now. It's a show and it's a special one. So shh.
Yeah.
So we talked to our good friend Jesse.
Yes.
We talked to Donnie, who I am convinced is the coolest man in Florida. And we talked to our old pal Peedah.
Yep.
Peedah the lobster.
We talked to Jesse about F1, quarantine, like racing, Fantasy F1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked to our good buddy Donnie about Craigslist adventures and just general car hoarding.
We did. And we had fun with Donnie. We played a little game, so that's a little treat.
Yep. And then we talked to our good buddy Peedah about his automotive journey through some of the cars he's owned and some of the projects that are keeping him sane through lockdown and quarantine.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope everybody enjoys, whatever this is. And we will see you after we talk to Peedah. Hello, Dave.
Ian.
And hello to Jesse, who we've gone karting with. And most importantly, most relevant to this discussion, we have played Fantasy F1 with for several years.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. We have a lot to talk to you about, actually, because we've had some drama with your Fiat, which we've talked to the listeners about in the past couple of weeks and all of that.
Hang on. We heard your eyes hit the top of your head from the eye roll when you had mentioned your Fiat. We're so sorry. But look, can we talk about your adorable little golf ball Fiat Abarth?
I mean, at least it still looks cute in my front yard.
Right.
Oh, no.
As the grass grows around it?
Yeah. Well, the Tercell's gone now, so the Fiat has a place of honor.
Okay.
I'm going to sit here for 4 years and never move, so.
I will raise a glass and drink to the Fiat.
Yeah, exactly, memory. Right.
It's manic energy memory. I'm so sorry.
So I actually rented a Golf the other day. It was the first time I had driven one, and that was eye-opening. I enjoyed it. Just base model,
Yeah, it's a hatchback that functions. Yeah.
For the first 5 years of ownership.
Exactly. That's what the CarMax warranty is for.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I have to say, I was on CarMax earlier today for other things, and I had a search set for manual transmissions under $10,000. There's a lot of Fiat 500 on there.
Yeah, so my brother-in-law actually works for CarMax, and I guess if they sit long enough, I can get a deal on one, but I don't know if I'll do that again.
But should you get a deal on one?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, the fan's fine.
Yeah. So you're just crushing highway miles in a Previa?
So Sienna,
Sienna. Thank you.
a little bit newer.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm at like 8,000 miles already since I bought it in April, so.
For the listeners, that's less than 3 months. Oh, well, yeah. It's a Toyota.
Yeah, nothing will ever break on it. Yeah, that's the whole idea.
So.
It's a weird feeling, right?
Yeah. I mean, I take it to the mechanic for oil changes just so he can keep an eye on everything else, and he's just like, yeah, you need wiper blades.
Is this the same mechanic that would work on the Fiat?
He did some work on it. When I said flashing check engine light, he said no. But.
I like that there's like a poker chip that you slide across the table, and he's like, I fold, Jesse.
I also like to think that his lifestyle really took a hit when you stopped bringing the Fiat to him. Like,
oh yeah,
like now his kids are going to state school.
Yeah. Although, no, when I call him up now, he asks what vehicle I'm bringing in. I say the Sienna. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He was ready to like clean the whole calendar, and he's like, oh no. Yeah, I can fit you in.
Just half hour, we're good.
Right. I like that. Anyway, we're here to talk about F1 today.
Yeah.
The sport
So
that
speaking
I know
of
so much about. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was brutal.
So
last week was the opening of the 2020 season, which is very unusual because of all of this that's happening. And it was in Austria, which is the first of the 2 weeks that they're going to be in Austria, right? And there was no fans. It was all a little weird. And then the race started out, and it looked like it was kind of going to be kind of the predictable
Hamilton.
Mercedes runs away. Yeah, Mercedes and Bottas, or Hamilton and Bottas kind of run away with it, sort of finish. But then it got kind of chaotic and crazy.
Yeah, about 3 laps in, I texted my sister and was like, all right, wake me up when the pit stops start.
Right.
Okay.
And then just they started dropping.
Yeah. I think, what was it, 12 cars finished? 12 or 13 cars finished out of 20?
Is it 12 or 11?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. As you can tell from my reaction, I'm very familiar with how the race went.
It deteriorated quickly. There were people making just dumb mistakes. There was obviously a lot of I feel like the pit crews had a little bit of rust on them. Like Kimi lost a wheel halfway through.
Oh, geez.
There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened.
So
what do you? But I think the big thing that I take away from this is like the uncertainty of this season, because nobody knows how many races there's going to be.
Yeah.
And so nobody knows how many points there are on offer. So like every race is like this crazy scramble. What do you?
My strategy last year, and I really shouldn't give this away because it worked out wonderfully, was to just wait to see who was going to have grid penalties and then do anything I could to buy them, because you knew they were going to finish higher than they started. And It worked. I went from like second to last to I was ahead of you for one race, and then somebody blew up again.
Yeah, you finished 4th in our league last year, right? And I finished 3rd, right? Okay. And Dave, you finished like 6th, right? Like pretty high.
He did pretty well for not doing any research.
Yeah, I got off my high horse about not picking anyone that said bad things about the grid girls going away, and just pick drivers that would, actually win. I realized I had to make a moral compromise for my fantasy.
Yeah, I think you figured that out about when I realized that Ferrari was not going to do well.
Yeah. This is your team name is Ferrari Won't Let You Beat Ian. Yep. Yeah. And so this race obviously did not go well. You and I finished close, and Ian finished far above us. But yes. I have to say, I did beat you. So that means you did some wrong things.
I was doing really well until Russell blew up.
Yeah. when science is my moneymaker, things have not gone well for anyone.
So what did you guys do? How did you end up with 82 points?
Red Bull. Red Bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pull up the league standings. Yeah.
So what do you?
Russell didn't finish. Sebastian did what Sebastian does, and Red Bull blew up.
Right.
What happened?
Right. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my team. My predictions were horrendous. They were all bad.
Right.
But my team is pretty good. I have who do I have?
See, I can't see your team lineup because I haven't paid for the pro account.
So my strategy is to have my sure bets with the cars and then gamble on drivers.
Well, I thought Red Bull was a sure bet.
They were looking really good. It's just I am still like a total Max skeptic.
Yeah.
And Albon I really like Albon. I like watching him race, but he's still like kind of unproven, you know? And he's, he doesn't have the pace that Max does. And yeah, that's not mine. That's
my team.
I was going to say, Haas would not have been my choice. Yeah.
Right. Well, because he's paying for Hamilton. He's paying Hamilton money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go, my team is I pay for Mercedes, Ferrari, and Racing Point are my cars. And then I have Ocon, Gasly, and Sainz as my drivers. So that's usually a good strategy, but I may have to drop Ferrari and take Red Bull.
What were you saying, Jesse?
Williams is usually, or at least last year, was a good bet because you knew they were going to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And so even with the cars, it's 1 point for every spot they move up, and it was looking really good this last race until Russell, whatever happened. He was worth like 20-something points when he exploded.
That's a lot of points to leave out on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that the reliability issues were track specific or first race specific, or do you think the whole rest of the season is going to be chaos like this?
I have no idea. So remember that race in Mexico a couple of years ago when like every Renault powered car just exploded? That's kind of what I felt like, except there wasn't a pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the patterns that we were seeing in the beginning of the race are probably what we're going to see for the first half of the season, however long that is. Like Ferrari is off the pace. Mercedes is way ahead of everybody.
Haas has brake problems.
Yeah, Haas still has brake problems. They cannot get that figured out. And then Racing Point is punching way above their weight. So Dave, what they did is they have their 2020 car is the Mercedes 2019 car.
Oh, okay. All right. That's an easy way to get some good tech on your team. Yeah.
Yeah. They just bought the 2019 car basically.
That's what I do. I just buy my stuff used. Yeah, that's fantastic technique. I'm gonna get a pro membership and I'm gonna put Racing Point on there. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. I'm gonna noodle with my team. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So in the COVID era of racing, like how has it felt to see F1 come back? Like, how are you holding up?
I hope it stays.
Okay.
It doesn't look like... So I've been watching NASCAR just because it's been on.
Right.
And I honestly feel like the way that they're interacting at the track and the things that they've done to kind of protect themselves seem even further beyond what F1 is trying. Like,
okay.
Seeing some of them at the grid for the anthem not wearing masks was really surprising.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that.
Hope they don't do something that messes this up for everybody.
Right. Right. Good point. And so, and you've been watching a lot of, like you said, you watch NASCAR. I know you were watching the Thursday Night Blunder stuff, right? As well, right? Yeah.
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 I had nothing to do at all for about 6 weeks there.
Yeah. I was watching one of those races, and it was entertaining. Like, I actually enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, those were some pretty wild ideas they put together.
Yeah, having like the GT cars going backwards with the stadium trucks.
Yes.
Yeah. Ian, how do I know more about racing than you? Like, I'm such an expert. Yeah.
No.
This is the Dinner with Racers podcast, right?
Yeah.
That was holding this? Yeah.
So they did just an iRacing series, and it got more absurd as the season went on.
Yeah. Yeah, so they would just embrace the blunders.
Ramp super trucks and
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, so how else are you getting your racing automotive fix? Because this runs deep with you, right?
yeah, I mean, it was a lot of that. I actually don't have, my sister's got a sim and she's trying to get me into iRacing. I don't own a computer, so that didn't work.
Okay.
So I was watching a couple of the other series. Some of the IndyCar guys did a league that was hilarious. Then there was the situation with Mr. Racist NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching that when that happened. So
Oh, man.
Oh, you were.
that was a little bit wild.
And that wasn't the only sim racing scandal, right? Because there was also the guy
That had the ringer with the mic.
Yeah,
that was driving like this.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
I wasn't watching that. That was the Formula E.
Yeah.
I guess he just got he got re-signed. They dropped somebody else. But
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ian, if you and I do it like a virtual track day, I'm just going to put the microphone in front of my face and then we'll see your hair sticking out. And I'll be like, no, it's me. Yeah. Yeah.
I overdosed on Propecia.
Well, we're happy to have you in the fantasy league, and I apologize for beating you, because I mean I think this is actually what this is an intervention for you. Like you something did not go right if I somehow wound up,
How many?
first half of last year was not good.
Yeah.
How many times is Red Bull going to let you down before you know?
Fewer times than Ferrari let me down last year.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
Okay. Yeah. So how does that, like, fandom versus like what is statistically winning? Like, how does that intersect?
It's the worst. Now I'm watching races cheering for people I don't like.
Okay. I get it.
Right.
I get it. Yeah.
All right. Before we end, I want Jesse's 2020 F1 prediction. Like, what's your big prediction for the year? It could be anything. It'd be like who you think is going to win, what do you think the big storyline is going to be, and then like what you think is like the craziest thing that you learned about F1 so far. Like, it could be Daz, it could be the pink Mercedes, whatever it is.
I mean, I don't think I have any crazy predictions. I don't think anyone can win but Lewis.
Okay.
Just seeing what's going on, that is what it is. What else is wild? I think Ferrari's going to regret not signing Lando, but I think Sainz is going to be regretting going to Ferrari. So
Okay.
That's a bold prediction that you think Sainz is gonna. So you think basically he's gonna finish worse with Ferrari than he is with McLaren?
oh yeah, I think he's going to finish ahead of them, or at least ahead of Vettel this year.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's an interesting prediction. I like it.
I mean,
like
we'll
it.
see if their next engine upgrade does something that they're supposed to be pushing forward. But it seems like
Right.
getting caught burning oil might have been the end of Ferrari's power.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Dave, your turn. No, just joking.
I'm going to get higher than 10th. That's my crazy prediction.
That is a crazy prediction
this year.
Yeah, I don't know who most of them are. There's 24 people in our league.
What?
So.
No. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Which is like twice the number of people that listen to us.
Yeah. They saw me and they were like, well, here's easy pickings. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, thank you so much for playing Fantasy F1 with us and for doing this and for listening to us for all these years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, of course. And we're looking forward to karting with you again, to doing some kind of track day. Whenever all this is behind us, I think you need to get the Sienna, round a bunch of folks up, throw us in there, and we'll go throw down some karting laps. You know?
There's no seatbelts in the back, so y'all have some fun.
Just pad the walls. We'll just ball up. It'll be fine.
I'm your airbag, Ian.
I'm sure you are.
You get in a wreck and you just see this coming towards you. Ah! Yeah. So
all right,
someday.
Jesse, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. What does the number 3? What's that for?
You really, really.
Welcome, Donnie, to the Apex Adjacent podcast.
I know it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. Just kidding. It's Dale Earnhardt.
The third.
Why is he disconnecting the call right now?
Esquire.
He just pops into frame on one of our Zooms and like murders us, and then your camera goes dark, Ian. Yeah. You all right, Donnie? You doing okay?
You know, I've only ever wanted to kill one person before in my life.
And now 3, I'm guessing. 2 more.
So,
No.
So, Donnie, welcome to our show. We are fans of you, the individual that you say 90% of the people that interact with you have you in their phone as Donnie Florida Man or Florida Man Donnie. I'm not sure where the comma is on that or if punctuation even comes into play.
It's just a curved alligator tail.
Punctuation?
Yeah.
The Christopher Walken of texting. Yeah.
Who put a question mark on the teleprompter?
So welcome to our show, Donnie. It's so good to talk to you virtually face to face, man.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm glad that you guys have decided. I don't know which one of us is slumming it, but I'm glad that you decided to have me on.
It's you, for sure. But no, you have sent us some grade A Florida content over the years.
Yes.
And so we really appreciate that. So we're going to reward you tonight with playing a game that we have devised. This was actually a game that Dave made up that we played on the show a long time ago. And we haven't really played it since.
Yeah, I'm sure other people have done it, but just something that struck us. Yeah.
But you're a well-traveled man, and you have strong automotive opinions. And so we are going to play match the Craigslist posting with the city.
Oh.
Okay. So we're going to give you 3 cities, and then we're going to give you 3 Craigslist posts, and you have to match them. You know, like the Highlights magazine, draw the line between the 2 things, right? All right. So
sounds good. I'm opening a notepad on my phone right now.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we are gonna. There are gonna be 2 rounds. The first round is called "Go West, Confused Man." These are all gonna be Western cities. The 3 cities are Phoenix, Arizona, Billings, Montana, and Salt Lake City. Okay.
Did you guys have to search all 8 posts on Billings, Montana Craigslist for this?
There were a surprising number of vehicles for Billings, Montana. All right.
I'm
All right.
Ian. I have to say, I'm intimidated that he's like already aware of what Billings, Montana's Craigslist would be like.
So it was Phoenix, Billings, and what was the third one? I'm sorry, I was too busy.
Salt
being a
Lake City.
smartass.
Yeah, Salt Lake City.
SLC.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dave, just pick one of them, whichever one you want to start with.
Okay. All right. So Ian has taken a bunch of screenshots, and if you can see the screen share, this is going to be.
I have taken measures to remove the really obvious clues like the city and the
yeah, in the URL. All right. Here we go. Here's City 1.
Okay, let's do this.
City 1, car number 1. Fully customized show car.
Customized show car.
This is a Nissan
That's
Sentra, right? Yep.
Why would you put a lowrider paint job on a Nissan Sentra and not put wire wheels on it? That's the big thing that I have against this post right now.
Right. I mean, if you're picking one thing that's wrong with it, sure. that is a quantity of things that is wrong with it. Also, there's other quantities of things that is wrong with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. There are a couple other pictures. Of it.
So let's go to picture number 2. It kind of looks like they left the factory maroon and then just went airbrush nuts on after that, right? I don't know how.
I'm a big fan of candy paint, and this is, I would daily this.
Okay. All right. So what jumps out to you as attractive at this point besides the candy paint? Like, yeah.
Well, the stripes down the side, even though they're not wires, the wheels are color matched. Not a big fan of the press mesh grill.
Yeah. That looks like a grease trap from like a Waffle House hood vent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm from Missouri. We know these things. Yeah.
I wish there was a better picture of the hood. I'm looking at the 4 pictures underneath it. I wish there was a better picture of the hood because it looks like it is over the whole car.
Yeah. So, yep, goes up over the roof. There's very elegant gradient work here behind the C-pillar. Yeah. This is odd. And
now I'm curious to know, getting back to like the thrust of this, if you are picking up any clues, are you leaning? You haven't seen the other 2 cars yet, but are you leaning one way or the other on this particular one?
No, I'm not right now. I'm withholding judgment until I see all 3.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ian, who do you think this is, man? Like, this is his first Craigslist ad he's ever seen.
This is probably the 100th Craigslist ad I've seen today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've got this Nissan Sentra, fully customized inside and out. I love that it does not show any interior pictures.
Right.
Okay. Car number 2. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. A Honda Accord LX for $6,000. You can see the vacuum marks on the cloth seats. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What really I think sets this one apart is the description, and we will dive into that in picture number 3. Because it's pretty awesome.
So it's a 2009 Accord that has less than 140,000 miles on it.
Right.
So instantly I'm being pushed towards this being a retiree's car.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Also, I would say that this relationship between these 2 people is very fraught. The owners of this car. Okay. And hear me out. Okay. If you take a look at the passenger seat, look how far forward it is. Right. Mm-hmm. So you either have a Great Dane behind you, right? Or you're the type of person that is the passenger seat driver, that is looking through the turns and the driver can't see. So I feel like there's a very tense relationship dynamic and energy in this car.
Or he's just avoiding eye contact.
Or think about it, sub 5 foot tall little old grandmother.
Right.
They all sit right up against the dash.
Yeah. If that airbag went off, man. Yeah.
It would just be bingo daubers and blue hair everywhere.
It would go off behind her.
Or judging by the all the vacuum marks over every piece of interior on this, it's just a very lonely person who has nothing better to do. It's one person who's very lonely and can only vacuum their car.
True, and that seat is up because they were vacuuming under it from behind, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's
see the other pictures.
Yeah, here we go. Like just nice silver, right? Completely stock, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so this is the description here. Yes. Okay. You gotta love a description like this.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. So this is probably, what do you think? Copy and paste from Wikipedia?
Copy and paste from Edmunds right there.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I love that under safety they have listed bucket seats, cloth seats, and seats.
Also, I really like that for decor they have dual mirrors. Really spicing up the car with those dual mirrors.
Do you have crocheted doily covers for the mirrors? That's the question here.
Right. Yeah.
And then like the paint, it has clear coat. Which, I mean, to be fair, I couldn't put on an ad for my car, so maybe that is required. I don't know.
See, there you go.
It's a good idea.
Yep, couldn't have done it for Dusty Rusty. So yeah.
Exactly. See, the trick is you buy cars that are single stage.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yep. Right. Yeah. Okay. No clear coat, no problems. Right.
Right. Okay. So the last one.
Yes, the last one. City number 3.
Okay.
It is a 2013 Ford Econoline van, E350, 3-row seats, rebuilt, restored, and ready to go. What the hell happened to this? Okay, title status rebuilt.
Yeah.
It's my favorite kind.
Yeah.
While you kind of drink this in, I just want to point out my favorite thing about this.
I think I know what it's going to be.
The missing hubcap?
Well, obviously, yes. But I really love the watermarked photos. Like, someone's going to steal it like it's a fucking Annie Leibovitz picture. Like, what?
you like unfurl a Ford Econoline calendar 10 years from now, and like you see this picture, and you're the one who took it, and you're like, damn, they stole it.
It's my intellectual property.
My favorite thing on this is the right here, line number 5. So they have the miles, 95,000 miles status actual. They just say actual. Like, we didn't make this up. On the other listings, who knows? This one, we're going to be honest with you, down the middle.
I know you read about us in the paper a bunch of times. But
do the local
this time for real.
Yeah, the local news channel investigative report. Now we have to paste this in on all of our listings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those times that we were arrested 2 years ago for mileage tampering, that's over.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't work here anymore.
That was the old Super Auto SS. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's another picture of the glorious Ford Econoline. Look at those seats, Donnie. Just bench seat, benches on benches, son.
Yeah.
The bench seat is the proper seat for any car, and I don't care who disagrees with me because they're wrong.
Right. The Toyota Avalon was one of the last cars you could get a bench seat on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually get a tape player in it up until 2012. So
yeah, and like the bench seat up until like 2014 or 15, like pretty recent.
Yeah. And now all the police package Chargers and Caprices have bench seats because they're all column shift.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
The more you know.
The more you know. Okay. All right. So have you ever owned a large van?
Oh, of course.
Okay. What was the last large van you owned?
I had a Chevrolet Express 2500.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It was the tow rig for one of my old race cars. And I actually sold it and bought a Ford E350 ambulance that
Yes.
the corporate overlords that I work for do not like when I park, or did not like when I parked it at work when I drove it there.
Yes. Yes.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Because productivity screeches to a halt as everyone goes, "Who's sick? Who's sick?"
I love that, like, your Venn diagram of automotive ownership has overlapped with the Venn diagram automotive ownership of another guest on our show, Erica and Adrian, the hearse enthusiasts, right? Because Erica had issues with her employer not enjoying the fact that she was parking a hearse in their parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, to completely derail for 2 minutes here, I went from the ambulance to a utilities bucket truck to a flat side bread van to an Escalade that had bullet holes all down the side of it that I bought at a police auction. Surprisingly, they didn't have an issue with the Escalade.
What were you doing with a bucket truck?
What weren't you doing with the bucket truck? Like, I mean, just think of the possibilities, Dave. I mean, did you at least fill the bucket with ice and have beer in it, and then just like drive around delivering beer to people? Because that's the first thing I would do with it.
Yeah.
I've once filled the bed of a Chevy Avalanche with ice and beer and taken it to Daytona for a race weekend, but that's neither here nor there.
I think when you cross the threshold into Daytona, any truck bed just instantly fills up with that.
If it's not being used as a cooler or a pool, you cannot come in.
Exactly. Yeah, no shirt, no shoes, get in here. What are you doing out there? Come on in. Okay. All right. So, oh God, Donnie, so many questions. We're just going to have you on for a regular episode, and maybe just turn the podcast over to you at some point. Wow. Okay. So, oh man, I need to know more about the bucket truck. Did you just go to grocery stores and get balloons down for children that have like accidentally let them go?
I once parked it. I went to a friend's house, and I knew I was going to park it there for the weekend, so I wrote "help" in painter's tape on the bucket and put the bucket up, and took the keys for the truck with me.
That makes me think of that Kurt Braunohler bit where he paid a skywriter to write "How do I land?" Right? Yeah, that's good. That is aces, Donnie. Yeah. Okay. So where's your head at on this beautiful Honda Accord, this amazing Nissan Sentra, and the Econoline van? What are we thinking, Captain?
Can I go back to the Sentra? I just want to look at it more.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
I just said it's the wallpaper on my phone.
I just realized that the blue stripe does not line up with the bottom of the taillight, and that's like triggering my OCD a little bit.
Okay. All right.
But I think... Okay. All right, I think I've got it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the explanations here.
Please do. Oh,
Yeah, show your work.
What do you think this is?
So, Salt Lake City is a tourist town that screams Econoline van.
Okay. Yep, snowbird runs and stuff like that. Okay.
Plus, being rebuilt makes me think that there was a lot of rust repair done to it recently.
Okay.
Because of salt and sand.
Okay. All right. I like that.
So the van I'm going to put in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to put the Honda Accord in Phoenix.
Okay.
Because I cannot get rid of that retiree vibe.
Okay.
And it seems like Billings, Montana just Montana alone is where custom cars go to die. So I'm going to say that the Sentra is in Montana.
Okay.
All right. So a couple things, but first, beautiful. Beautiful. You nailed it. Nailed it. That's
3
impressive.
for 3?
3 for 3.
That's amazing.
Dale be praised.
Dale be praised.
Yeah, no, you were exactly right. I will say that your mind went to a different place with the Econoline van than I did. I just went straight like super big Mormon families.
There you go.
Oh,
Was what I was thinking. But I think you're probably more accurate there.
I don't know. Either road gets you there, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, either
Yeah.
way.
yeah.
And then the other thing with so this was actually a callback to the one that Dave did. The other clue on the Accord was the crazy tint on it.
Oh, was
I don't
there?
know if you can pull
Yeah, let's take a look.
But-
Oh,
There was
yeah.
super dark tint,
Yeah.
which is always a good indicator. But man, yeah, you totally
Dude.
nailed it. You got it.
That is.
Oh, now that I look at that, there is a palm tree in the background too.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. But
Done.
I think you're right on with the retiree thing because
Yeah.
this description also screams not digital native, right? Like,
Yeah, that is definitely I'm selling my daily driver appliance vehicle.
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. No, you did a good job on that one. Round 2, I think it's a little harder. All right, so now we're gonna do round 2 for the first time ever. Bright lights, big city, broken car. All right, so there's gonna be 3 big cities, kind of crappy cars that have found their way into the heart of some big cities in America. So the first
Okay.
one is gonna one city is gonna be Chicago. Another
Okay.
one is going to be New York,
Oh,
and
okay.
then the third one is going to be L.A.
Okay, Chicago, New York, and LA. Does the car in Chicago have that stupid green chili on it?
I believe you mean delicious relish is what you're looking for.
We can argue about hot dogs at another time.
Just
And we will.
just poppy seeds on the doors. Yeah.
My God, why do I need things that are going to cut the roof of my mouth open on a hot dog? Thank you, Chicago, for making something pointless.
Those are flavor enhancers.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. Are you going through a tunnel?
Okay.
All right,
First picture.
Dave. Let's show him some pictures. So
Okay. All right.
Chicago, New York, and L.A.
Okay. Here we go. Picture 1. It runs but shuts off after driving. This is a Maxima? Yeah.
Yeah, Nissan Maxima, 2001 Nissan Maxima.
Yeah.
All highway miles shuts off after driving, whatever that means.
Well, if they just got Jesse to fix the NOS timer
Yep.
on
Yep.
it,
Yep.
I see that body style, I instantly think Fast and the Furious.
Me
Sorry.
too. Me too. And I
Okay.
think about that
Okay.
scene where like the low camera angle and it did a front wheel burnout and took off.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. 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 I had a Nissan Maxima owner aggressively try to pass me in my old man sedan M45 the other day, and it did not go well for them. Anyway. Okay. Maybe their NOS timer was off. Okay. City 2.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh,
Isn't
God.
it car 2?
Car 2, City 2, electric something. Okay. Bright lights, big city, clear eyes, something hearts, can't lose.
Full Hearts? I think it's Full Hearts.
Yeah. Wet sandwich.
Football Hearts.
I was trying to think of Chicago. Wet sandwich. Yeah. Deep dish. Oh, wow. Ian, you've done a really good one with this. A Lexus RX 300. What kind of
Only
shape?
$2,600. The only thing it sells you is that it's clean, which that hood line would tell you maybe not.
No, the hood's up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What is your take on this particular 300? Is this something that is attractive to you?
I am a big fan of the RX series
Yeah.
of vehicles.
Yeah.
Only if they are in that hunter green with beige two-tone with the beige leather interior.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And they also had, they had that weird green, right? And then they had, didn't they have a weird blue as well? Like early
like a
on?
shale blue.
Yeah. I am into that. Okay. All right. So since this one is just bargain bin beige, what are you going to do? You know? Okay.
Well, beige is the best color for any car, interior or exterior. And again, don't at me if you disagree because you're wrong.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Another pick here, Ian.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
And it does. The only other thing in the description is calls only to Rico.
Ooh.
Oh, I am digging that. Okay.
Uncle Rico?
No, just Rico.
It's going to throw a steak at your face.
I also I'm loving the terrible picture that this is.
Yeah.
This gives you zero information.
Rico.
Well, it tells you it has front seats.
Right.
Yeah, and back seats.
Well, it has the bottom of a back seat on one half of it, at least.
Yeah.
Rico.
Sunlight does penetrate the windows.
Okay. Windows are somewhat opaque. Got it.
It's missing the cap for the cigarette lighter on the center console there. And other than that, there's no information to be gleaned from this picture, so why include it?
I see it and I hear someone shouting off camera, like, Rico, get one of the vents for the back seat. He's like, okay.
The people, they like the vents.
Yeah, God damn it. Okay, click, you know? Yeah. Okay.
What is on the side of that seat?
I think, yeah, those are,
Is that
those
looks like
lumbar supports?
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be.
The lumbar would be down by the standard cluster, right?
It would be on the right side for that seat.
Yeah.
Down by the normal.
Yeah.
The normal button doohickeys.
Yeah. What are these buttons?
What if that is a driver's side seat?
And the picture's flipped?
It still wouldn't be this. It still would be down on the left then.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that they replaced that seat with a driver's side seat.
Ian, you're insane.
That looks way too. For someone to have replaced a passenger side seat with a driver's side seat, they either went way too far to install the buttons in a, I'm going to say, somewhat professional manner.
I'm saying they got a replacement seat and they could only get a driver's side seat. Like they pulled it from a junkyard or something.
But still, the buttons
insane.
would be down here. They wouldn't be up here.
Yeah.
This is Ian.
Dave's on the case. Dave is on the case.
Yeah, this is Ian's modifying of cars. Like this is like Ian once told me to modify a headlight assembly. Yeah.
All the buttons are going to be the same as in my Sequoia. They're down on the seats.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So is that something where you could lean the seat forward and back from the back? What is happening? Why have we never known?
It may be rear seat entertainment.
Okay. Yeah.
It may have like a
mute button.
Flip down in that. No, it may have like a flip down monitor or like headrest monitors in it.
Oh, and headrest monitors, and those are the volume rockers for it.
And the volume rocker and where you plug your headphones in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we think those are aftermarket then?
Maybe.
2000, they may be factory.
Yeah.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Yeah.
Because and here's where you get to learn about Donnie's weird GM knowledge. The headrest monitors were first standard in the 1998 Pontiac, Montana minivan.
Is that the WB edition?
Where they were first optional.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
And you guys didn't think you were going to learn something today.
No.
I mean, I still don't feel like I have, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm looking at pictures of Lexus RXs, and I see no buttons on any of them. What year was that one supposed to be?
2000?
Yeah, 2000. Oh, look, here's a picture of the rear entertainment. But we need to see them buttons.
Man, that is weird. This is going to keep me up at night.
Yeah.
Thanks, Donnie, for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's not a Kia Sportage with a BMW grill.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Dave.
Thank you. All right. I've had enough nightmares lately.
So
The third city.
the third car.
Master of the segue, Dave Severnach.
Nailed it. Boom.
Yeah. All right.
This one I'm pretty happy with.
I like how
I do love the Chevy S10 Blazer.
Yeah. Have you owned one? Have you owned just one?
Oh no.
No? Okay.
I've owned every body style in every door configuration, in every drive configuration.
Of the Blazer.
So the S10 Blazer, the GMC Jimmy, the Oldsmobile Bravada, 2-door, 4-door, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, I've had them all.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the factorial. Like you've had Blazer ! For all you math nerds out there. Like,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I've had ZR2s, I've had Extremes, I've had them all. I've had a very rare 5-speed ZR2. It was a 2003 or 2002, and it was a special order.
That'd be like a big money. I'd bring a trailer right now, probably.
Don't swear on the podcast. we don't. Eventually, I will tell you the story of why I hate Bring a Trailer, but that's not a today story.
Okay.
Well, I look forward to when it is a today story.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of $70,000 Acura Integras. Anyway, I digress. So being the Blazer aficionado, what do you see that jumps out at you? Is this an attractive configuration? Give me some deets, Donnie.
I'm a big fan of the square body. This is an earlier square body because it has earlier mirrors on it, because the later ones didn't have the chrome mirrors. They had the plastic ones with the hard mounts.
Okay.
So that's been changed throughout. But it has the rally wheels. It doesn't have the center caps on it, or excuse me, it doesn't have the beauty rings, but it looks like it does have the center caps on it.
Okay.
And it doesn't have the sliding rear window.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this is a pretty basic configuration for 1989.
This is going to be low trim level.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
The description is also not super encouraging. It says an unreliable mechanic diagnosed the engine as seized up, which
an unreliable mobile mechanic.
Right. So I like that. I like that they're like, well, yes, it did get diagnosed as having a seized engine, but that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, why put it in there then?
And he replaced the starter.
Well, if that's the case, that probably has the 2.8 liter 60-degree V6, which is just a boat anchor anyway.
Okay.
And can only be made better if you put a 305 or 350 small block in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I mean, for $800, that seems like maybe a reasonable thing. You get an engine from a junkyard, you get the $800, and
Yep. For less than $3,000, you could have a really fun Blazer.
Okay.
Because with as short as the wheelbase in those are, they just whip sideways without an issue.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, I've
I like how in
driven
all
Blazer.
caps it's "I will gladly pay to have it fixed,
That's
but we'll need to pay in installments."
yeah. Time is not an issue.
Time is not an issue. That's what the concern is. Like, are you going to have enough time to pay me back? Like, are you crunched for time? No, it's the person lending you the money that is crunched for time,
Yeah,
not the person borrowing the money.
exactly. I may get it to you. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Death is but a door, time is but a window. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Brass tacks time.
Ooh,
Okay.
they do say a tow to your location is included. I'm in Denver. Let's fucking bring it. I've got $800 to fuck with.
What's that phone number? Not only will I lowball them, I will make them bring it to Daytona.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so we have Chicago, LA, and New York.
Yep.
Can I see the Nissan one more time?
Yep. Here you go. Here's the Maxima. Yep.
Okay.
The maroon Maxima, as with the wrong color wheels for that thing.
Now, I would apologize for only including one picture, but I assure you, none of them are any better than that.
You gotta love a bad Craigslist photo, right? Is that a M5 in the background?
There's a sliding scale
Uh-huh.
of the worse the Craigslist picture is, the more money you can get off the price of the car.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I like
And
it.
I love how they say it shuts off after driving, not
Yeah.
during driving, because, when you're done driving is normally when you shut the car off anyway.
Yeah.
So that just seems like a feature, not a problem.
Yeah. Or it's an order of operations there. Like when it does shut off, it's like, well, I'm done driving.
And can I see the Lexus one more time?
Of course
Preferably
you
an
can.
exterior picture.
Absolutely. Boom. Look at that.
Okay.
Straight down the barrel. It looks like it's gotten a little bit of a light tap on the front, huh?
Yeah, it looks like that. Well, there's a trim piece on the front bumper under the headlights.
Yeah.
It looks like it's missing on the driver's side.
Okay.
Well, but that bumper looks not quite snug
Yeah.
against the bumper bar.
I'm
right
thinking
there.
this thing's down.
Look at the passenger side compared to the driver's side.
Yeah, so here's that lower headlight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? And then what do we
It's not there on the driver's side. And the hood is definitely up.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Oh, that's just the air vent again. And those mystery buttons that thwart our dreams and nightmares. Okay.
Okay. All right. So the Blazer is rust free,
Ooh.
which is the big giveaway. There's no rust over the rear fenders, which is the giveaway that's in Los Angeles.
Okay.
The damage on the front end of the Lexus makes me think that it's been parallel parked in like Queens its entire life.
Okay.
And then the Maxima, there's more room beside it. There's more sidewalk space. So, and the building behind it doesn't look like it's as old of a building that you would see in New York.
Okay.
Thankfully, it's not a video, because I'm sure if it was, being Chicago, we'd hear, gunshots, but still. Yeah, so that's it. The Maxima is in Chicago, the Lexus is in New York, and the Blazer's in LA.
Okay.
You were very close. Very
Okay.
close. You
So I
were
have-
right on with the Blazer.
Crush
Knock-
the
knocked it out
Blazer.
of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what you should have done is told me one of the ones I got wrong, and then asked me if I wanted to change my answer.
Oh, see?
See? That's how we're going to improve the game from now on.
Yeah.
Which that's just the law of variable change, and if you're presented with that,
Right.
your odds of your answer being correct go from 33% to 66%. So you should never change your answer.
We've talked about this on the show. It's the game show paradox.
Yeah.
What was it?
No, I can't remember.
It's actually a proven mathematical theory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so now that you know how you fucked that up, FMK.
Ian,
FMK.
he
Those three.
spotted no rust from a mile out. And
No, that was really impressive.
Yeah.
Between those three,
Yeah. Yeah. Maxima, Lexus.
Blazer with the seized engine.
Yeah. I mean, you at least have to F the Lexus to tell us what those buttons are. I just want like a 2 a.m. text that's like, their volume. That's it. I could drop my phone and walk in the ocean then. Life complete. Yeah.
Oh, the number of times that I've wanted to do that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's another tomorrow story. So I would marry the Blazer.
Okay.
It would get the 5.3 truck motor with a T5 and big old cam, and it would be built just to lay patches of rubber. That would be its only purpose in life, and it would be damn good at it.
Just 11.
Yep.
Okay.
And for a day, I'd have to drive the Lexus just to find out what those buttons do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The world thanks you. Yeah. Which means you're trashing a Maxima, buddy.
You know what? I wouldn't be the first person. I won't be the last.
You're right.
Can I, instead of crushing it, can I use it in the great Florida pastime of the boat trailer race? Which is where you take a vehicle that should not be on the road.
Okay.
You attach a piece of a boat or some sort of camper particle or something behind it, and you run around a short track, smashing into what other people are towing.
That is a perfect use for a Nissan Maxima that shuts off. That has an auto shut off feature. Yeah.
You'll know when the race is done because the car's off.
Yeah.
Works for me.
That's
So-
why don't we have that in Colorado?
I don't know because nobody has as much fun as Florida does.
That's very true.
We actually, the city that's in, on the, because they do it on Thanksgiving and they do it the week after, the Saturday after Mother's Day. The city that's in gives the kids the day off from school the Friday before.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, that's how big of a deal that is.
That's amazing.
I mean,
right.
we invented school bus figure 8 racing. What else do you want from us? You're welcome, Earth.
Ian, we're moving to Florida.
I know, we need to. Donnie, you have been a tremendously good sport. And
Yes.
to thank you, I want to share with you a little gem that I found while, we'll say, researching this game.
Okay.
And it's just something that I think the three of us should revel in and live in. Dave, it's the link that I dropped in the talk about.
Oh, you pop something
the
in.
bonus find.
Okay, let
From
me
the talk
pull it up.
about.
Oh, let me pull
It's
it up. Come on,
it's
Google
something
Docs.
special.
Okay.
Now keep in mind this is listed on Craigslist as being for sale in downtown Manhattan, or on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
Oh, I like this URL already.
So it's going to be something that should not be in a big cityscape.
It's something that probably shouldn't be anywhere, to be honest.
Wow.
But I love it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. The suspense is. Nope. That's our.
I'm patiently waiting
Here
anxiously.
we go.
Yeah.
Dave is going to remember.
Oh my.
Oh, he copied and
God.
pasted the wrong thing.
I did.
It's amazing, folks.
My PC is having a day. It's having a day, guys. Ian, I'm going to type this in manually.
What?
No. Firefox has decided to hork up for me. Come on.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's what I get for being the weird kid of the web browser world.
Right?
Yeah.
Got to go back to Netscape.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Ian, it's not working. Boy, yeah. We're just going to quit Firefox. Let's just end task. I love the way you built it up and then I just horked it. Ian.
What if I put it in the meeting?
Oh, don't add complication to this.
Okay.
Oh my! Now Task Manager's not responding, Ian. Yeah. I know.
You see, gentlemen, this is, and I use that term loosely. This is something that Phalanx Motorsports is known for. We break anything and everything, anytime.
It's Donnie's fault. Donnie's fault.
Is that it? It's Donnie's fault. It's Donnie's fault. Is this like the inverse Midas touch by proxy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you guys think I've never sent you any Phalanx Motorsports stickers? Because they break whatever you put them on.
Well,
we have a similar phenomenon. We have broken race cars that our stickers have been on, caused crashes, and I think the most spectacular one was we were once featured on the front page of Jalopnik, and then they went bankrupt 3 days later.
Here it is.
Oh, and it is worth the wait.
Lamborghini doors. If Kenny Powers was an Anglophile, this is what he would drive.
Yeah.
Can we just take a minute and just revel in the fact that I believe Manhattan is misspelled?
I don't think it is.
Oh,
well, it shows how much I know about New York.
Look at this. It's a Jaguar S-Type in theory. I'm going to say they lightly customized it. It is $700.
$7,000.
Yeah, you missed a zero.
Wow, $7,000.
It should be $700.
Yeah,
it should be
$20. Oh,
this is too much money for an unmodified S-Type of this era. Of this condition.
Yes.
Someone put a lot of money into this, though.
So here's the scenario I want to paint. The three of us, right? This is one of our cars. Okay?
I like where this is going.
Okay. All right. Stay with me. Okay. So like we're leaving the Publix with our sandwiches, right? And I've been to Jacksonville. I know what's up.
Chicken tender subs are on sale this week, just as a matter of fact.
Tender subs.
So the three of us are walking out of Publix with our subs, right? And we're walking towards this car. Okay, the first person gets in, Lamborghini door. The second person gets in on the passenger side, Lamborghini door. The third person just opens a normal door, just like to sad trombone. Womp womp.
And I mean, let's be real. The third person, it's going to be me, shoved into the back seat of that thing.
But here's the thing: if you look at the one picture where it showed the rear seats, no, down one, down.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
down,
about.
Left.
This one?
Left. That right there.
Oh, just the massive subs.
No, other left. Go to the right now. You've gone too far. One more. There you go. The fender flare is attached to the door.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So it's Lambo door. Fender flare?
Definitely hitting the car next to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, also, if you could, I'm very curious to get some expertise on this. So if you look at the second picture and click on the picture, so you get the zoom.
Okay. The second picture you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an Aston Martin in the background?
This is what I'm wondering.
This is a DB7.
That? I don't think it is an Aston Martin.
That's an XKS.
Oh, you're right.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. So this person made not one, but too bad decision. And then they doubled down on it by spending way too much money
Right.
in customization.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
So
I'm
this might
willing
be
to-
the person responsible for this.
I'm willing to bet that car has a trophy somewhere
Yeah.
from Hot Import Nights 2002.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to.
Yeah. Wow. This is my
mean-
favorite. The electrical,
Yeah.
the batteries in the back.
Right.
Batteries, air compressors, so it's on bags.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep. Electrons, check. We have some next.
Wow.
Matt's amplifiers. Wow.
I'm not familiar with that brand. Is that legit?
That's legit. That's
Some serious
about
stuff. Huh?
That's $3,000 to $4,000 in amplifiers right there.
Oh, wow.
Retail.
Okay. Okay. Donnie, what is the furthest you've obtained a Craigslist car from? Like actual Craigslist car from?
I was living in Iowa and I bought a car on Craigslist in Fort Walton Beach.
Where's Fort Walton Beach? Florida?
Yeah, south.
Okay. 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 Sight unseen.
I needed a winter car,
Okay.
and it was a Chevy Colorado. It was an '07
Okay.
crew cab, short bed, 4-wheel drive with the straight 5 and a 5-speed. It was a very weird combination of car.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
And I flew down, got it, and drove it back.
Nice. All right.
And if you're asking, yes, it was orange. I have purchased 5 cars on Craigslist in one day.
Donnie. Like we told
Look,
our buddy
no-
Jesse, this is not a podcast. It's an intervention.
No one ever, I make decisions, no one ever said they were good.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Craigslist and I have a very love-hate relationship.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Like, it loves that I hate it, and I hate that I love it.
Right. Right. Wow. Okay. Oh man, there's so many tomorrow
I feel like
stories.
we picked the exact right segment for you.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
we
yes.
we had a couple of kind of like segment ideas and then people to match them with. So I'm happy that we chose you for this one because I feel like it's
Donnie, this is the
a
best.
good match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun, gentlemen. It's been a trip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, I appreciate you having me on. I'm glad that we went through the entire thing with no technical difficulties whatsoever.
Exactly. No creative editing magic. Right.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
Yeah,
none whatsoever.
Exactly.
Well, Donnie, is there anything that you want to tell the listeners to do or
Yeah. Plugs.
think or whatever?
Well, I want to tell everyone to locate their nearest Applebee's and set it ablaze for our Lord and Savior Dale Earnhardt.
Sure.
Don't do that, folks. It's felonies.
I like that felonies is just pluralized.
Yeah. Donnie told us to do crime.
I support it, but I don't endorse it.
The cool man in Florida with the cars told me to do this.
But no, thanks for having me on. It's been fun. We'll have to get together again. I'll tell you the story of the bucket truck and the Escalade with bullet holes.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah. Anytime. So we will see you again soon, I am sure. Donnie, thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate it. And just do me a favor. Next time you see me, try not to rap on the window. It wakes me up.
We love you, buddy.
Have a good one, gentlemen.
You too.
Ian,
Dave,
I've invited Peedah here because
Peedah is here.
we're taking over the podcast. If
The
you
tall cyclists are slowly invading my life, is what's happening.
if you've sold a car to me, you automatically get a co-host spot
Nice.
for life. Yeah.
Perfect.
So Peedah, you're a good dear friend. You came into my life because of a Craigslist ad, like many good long-term, lifelong friend establishments. Craigslist,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Everybody's got those friends, right? Just from Craigslist.
Yeah, we're not the weird ones.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's my SCL, my Saab Craigslist, right? Like
there you go. Yeah,
we all have those.
exactly.
Right.
And instantly, it was a fast friendship based on our adoration of Saab Vigans, right? And Saab engine,
Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I left when you came to look at the Vigan that first time. I kind of left that encounter being like, wow, I've never talked to a single person about so many extremely specific Saab, Saab issues.
Yeah, I like as soon as I turned the turn signal stock and didn't hear a single sound, I knew that yours had what I call stealth mode, where the chime breaks.
Right. It was just like, you looked over at me, I looked over at you, we both nodded, and we're like, oh yeah. It doesn't make any kind of TikTok noise when you turn.
This is what Swedish solder joints do.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, of course, now by the transitive property of friendship, you and Ian, Peedah, you've been welcomed into the fold. We've done track days. We've done bicycle rides. This is how it is, right?
Hot dog eating contests, everything. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I dip the buns, you eat them.
Lots of horseplay, just the whole thing.
So for anybody who doesn't know, Peedah, you sold the Vigan to move on to what?
Well, I guess I moved on to the M5 for a hot minute.
Yes.
And then now I've ended up with the C30, which is a lot better suited to what goes on in my life. An M5, sort of just a resting can of worms, bit of wax wings.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, retaining money. That, like...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a future.
Right. Do you miss the M5? Do you miss it? Like, is there a moment in the M5 that you had with it where everything was working, and you think about that moment and you miss it, or are you just like happy to have it in the rearview mirror?
It's both. I'm happy to not have it, but I do miss it because it had a specialness to it. Everyone holds the E39 M5 in really high regards, and after owning one for a year, I completely agree with that. So it's just really super neat car. I'd say, it just would build momentum and maintain momentum pretty sneakily on the highway, unlike any other car I've driven. So that was really fun. What was my total dream car for a while, but things changed, and I had a few things change within my life that made, affording to get an E39 up to the standards I wanted to have it, daily drivable and have the suspension refreshened up, and kind of needed a suspension job. It was going to need a clutch. Eventually I could feel some weird oscillations with the I'm having a big dual mass flywheel. So we'd kind of do something a little funky there every great once in a while. And so just adding up all the hours and all the like money just to buy all those parts is going to be too much. And then it also was a little silly because I've got the E36 M3 that used to be my uncle's, and I'd already, dove completely in with that, and I was a lot farther along, and that car runs great. And Dave's driven it a little bit, but that thing's in awesome shape. So I was kind of like, if I have an E39 M5, I want it to be, everything it can be. So I just didn't really have the funds or I guess stupidity to keep going with that.
I think that there are two things that you really had in your favor. Okay. I think the Saab Viggen primed you for the E5 in ways that you may not realize. So when you had that weird vibration from the dual mass flywheel, that's because your senses were so tuned to the Viggen potentially breaking, right? Like the weird sound, the weird vibration that could only come from like a car that required that kind of input to keep on the road. Like you had like nerve endings that normal humans don't, that just hooked into the M5 that let you know what was going on, right? Yeah.
And I had like 8 years worth of building those nerve endings with the Viggen specifically.
Right.
And then, I was realizing with the M5, like that's a much more complex car.
Right.
And there's a lot more things you need to be in tune with. But it was really special. It was like, I had a lot of fun with it. And, the Viggen had a similar but different specialness to it where it's unique like that. And, it's just fun to cruise around in, but I guess some funny stories with the M5 is that the suspension was a little tired out when I bought it, actually, and when I sold it. It had some pretty terrible off-brand mismatched all seasons that were about 3/4 of the way gone, which sounds crappy, but actually really fun because there's a lot of roundabouts up in the mountain towns. So sometimes at night, you can just go around the roundabouts and you have a 400 horsepower V8 in your car and rear-wheel drive. You just give it a little goose and then you can, drift the tail end of the roundabouts. So it was pretty fun for that. And then I guess there was a time, Chow and I were doing a mountain drive and we drove up and over Guanella Pass. And he was behind me in the 964 convertible. And so I'm just like winding up around this hairpin. And I was like, I'll just goose it a little bit and see if it'll slide a little bit. And then we got to the top and he was just laughing because he's like, I was halfway through the hairpin. And then I looked and the front of my car was just, dead center with your driver door. And so that stuff was super fun. And then obviously it on the highway was really pretty neat.
Yeah. I look at the whole situation from the outside of like you owning the M5 and selling it as like Indiana Jones, like escaping the temple and then like dropping his hat and like reaching back and getting it before the door slams shut, right?
Definitely feels that way a little bit.
Yeah. You had fun, you got the artifacts, and now yeah. I'm trying to save for a house. I really should do something different. So that's why I still don't have the M5. And then I just kind of fell into the C30, which has been great. Yeah. So the C30 you said has been very Viggen-ish.
Yeah, I call it the Vol Viggen. It's about the same weight. It's also Swedish. It's front wheel drive.
Yeah.
Turbo, very similar. A little more refined than the Viggen for sure.
Especially the Viggen's current form. Yeah.
I always thought those C30 T5 R design ones were kind of neat looking, and one popped up in Denver at this pretty sketchy used car dealership. So I went and checked it out, and on the test drive, I was like, this is a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Okay. And so then I had it looked at, but I think over on Colfax, kind of by your house, Dave, this little Volvo shop, indie shop, looked it all over for me, which was great because, yeah, the dealership I bought it from was pretty sketchy.
Yeah, we don't want to get
the sales pitch. The sales pitch for it was very good car. I drove it.
I don't want Peedah to get like shoved in a sack and sent to Siberia, so we're not going to really like out.
No, I'm not going to say where it was or whatever, but they worked with me on the price once we found a few things with it, so that's great.
Nice. So
yeah, I've known a few people who have had those cars, and every single one of them has loved them.
Yeah,
and they weren't like super like popular when they were new. I feel like I feel like the magazines kind of were like, well, it's not like a GTI, and it's not.
Right.
Whatever else. So,
definitely.
But yeah,
definitely a little different.
Well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the interior is great. It's really comfortable. Yeah. It just works.
Yeah,
and it just feels solid all around. It's great.
Yeah, those are cool cars.
And so go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, so now that your ownership situation has stabilized, what have you been keeping yourself busy with now?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of projects on the C30 and the M3, and then some other friends' cars, as I've texted you guys here and there with interesting findings.
Yeah, the Subaru AC fan is classic. Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of went through and beefed up the cooling system on the M3 just so we can do more track days and it will, run a little lower temperatures. And so I threw some gauges in there, a larger radiator, refreshed the radiator fan for it. So that's good. And then I also put in a little Recaro fixed bucket seat in the M3. So that should fit. That should fit myself and Dave perfectly. Sorry, Ian.
Wah, wah, wah.
But no, we could move it around someday pretty easily.
Nice.
So yeah, that's kind of M3 project. So I threw some headers on it, and that was, as people say, headers suck. Yeah, it sucked. And then I don't really know if the headers.
Did you end up having to take the engine out to get the headers on?
No, I was able to do it over at my girlfriend's uncle's house. He's got a lift in his driveway in Denver, which is awesome.
In a driveway, like outside?
Outside of his garage, because he's like, screw it, it's nice out about 9 months of the year here, so why not?
Huh.
And he was like, this totally wouldn't have worked if it wasn't for this giant pine tree, because all the neighbors would hate it. So
that's hilarious. So we just had
we did it there.
Is it like a 2-post lift or a 4-post?
Oh yeah,
lift?
Yeah, it's full on 2-post car lift.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I got some help from Alita's dad and her uncle with doing the headers and taking the exhaust out, and then making the new headers made up with the existing exhaust, and that was a big headache, but it's in there, and they all work.
Did you notice a difference with the headers?
Not really. I thought I would notice more. The sound changed a little bit, and I can't. The butt dyno's not really telling me much different either. Mm-hmm. So, Actually, I will say I think I sent you guys a text that I was doing the Vanos on it during quarantine. And I did notice some differences with that. It does feel just a little quicker. And then I noticed just going up through the rev range, it's like super smooth the whole way now. So that was pretty awesome. So that was just freshening up some seals with the variable valve timing little piston that changes the cam for the intake side. So
right. That sounds like an intimidating job. Like if you had it open
a little bit.
Yeah, because if you break it, you're really screwed.
Right. You've got to do the whole thing, top dead center, line everything up to the mark super carefully. And then I got kind of stressed out because you're supposed to be able to go in and slide a little dowel into the flywheel. The flywheel has a hole that locks everything into top dead center so that nothing can move while you're working on it. And I go to do that and it's not there. And I rotated the engine like a bunch of times, and I determined that whoever put the last clutch and flywheel in, put the flywheel in about 180 degrees incorrectly, which doesn't matter at all for the flywheel operation, but it didn't leave me with any way to lock everything at top dead center. So I was kind of worried, and people online were saying, oh, things won't shift or move on you when you do that Vanish job. It'll be fine. And so I just got some small little C-clamps on the one, pulley wheel around the, crank pulley just behind the belts. And I kind of jammed some C-clamps up so it couldn't really move. And it all worked out in the end.
Right.
But, actually, when I first fired it up, it was making a tick, tick, tick noise out of the gate. And I was getting real stressed out, and I was like, well, just, give it a minute or two to let the oil get back through that system and whatever. And then, so I let it idle for about 5 minutes, and I could still hear a little bit of a tick. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go just do a short little test drive. And then I came back and that was completely gone. So I think it just had a little bit of air in it that needed to work out since opening that whole thing up. And definitely a little stressful though.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
But it worked out. So that's good.
So,
progress.
So through the lockdown, through these times, how are these odd? How is diving into this stuff helping your mental state? How is that impacting you?
It definitely helps a lot. I don't do well when I'm sitting idle, and I don't do well if I'm, as you guys are probably the same way with this, getting on social media and watching the news too much. That's really not helping things right now for me personally. To an extent, yes, but just trying to keep making some progress where I can on things.
Yeah.
That's really all.
Yeah.
All I see it as. So
for sure. Yeah. No, I'd say you're
trying to be healthy about how I'm spending all this extra free time.
Right.
So I don't want to look back at it and be like, oh, I sat around and was lazy. I kind of want to look back at it and be like, oh, I got bunch of stuff done that was on my long-term list. So cool.
Right. Yeah.
I feel lucky that I have all these long-term lists and things to tinker with, and that's my personality and what I like to do. So I know there's a lot of people that, aren't like that. And so I feel thankful that I can keep myself busy in those ways.
Right.
during these times.
Yeah. You're not someone who purchases something and then leaves it as is, right?
No. Yeah. Not quite.
Yeah. Neither do you, Ian. Yeah.
Well. Neither
do I. We're tinkerers, right? We noodle with stuff. Everything that breaks or presents some kind of issue is an opportunity to upgrade that thing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So,
do you have any projects going on, Ian, during the quarantine?
It's so funny because I feel like in the before times, there was already there's a bit of a divide. There was a bit of a divide between people who have kids and people who don't have kids. But in the quarantine, It's so much worse because like everybody that I know that doesn't have kids is like, man, I got all this free time, and I have less time now,
Right.
Because like, everybody's always here,
Unless they work in healthcare, I will say.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. So like it's really weird because everybody is in like one of two camps, and it's either because of like family or job or whatever. Like either you have way less time than you did before, or you have way more time than you did before.
Right.
And unfortunately, I'm in the former category.
Right. Right.
So survival has been my project.
Continuing to feed children mouths. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm excited for all of us to go to High Plains at some point because I feel like we could do that safely, right?
Yeah. I was going to ask, like, what are you guys thinking about, trying to do that anytime in the near future? Or I know it sounds like High Plains has a pretty cool, social distance guidelines that they have in place so that they can still, have some open lapping days and things like that going on.
Yeah, and mask policy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few maintenance things that I need to get done. But I will be ready, I think, in a couple of weeks. So
cool.
I want to do it, and I still want to do the shootout. I still want to do, because we have 3 cars, each separated by 5 years with very similar specs, right? Because like there's the 99 Vigan with 230 horsepower.
Yeah, 230-ish. Yeah, right. And then I think the big selling point of that was
doing better than that.
Yeah,
it may choo-choo beyond that. So, but yes. But that from the factory, it had far more torque than it did horsepower.
Right. And it weighs what, like 3,200 pounds?
I chop a couple hundred off of that since I've stripped everything. But yeah. But
You're
then
probably right at 3.
Yeah. Then maybe add some back in for my quarantine body.
Yeah. I also have a COVID-19.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then there's the 2004 R32, which is like 3,300 pounds.
Right.
And 200 some horsepower, like 220 horsepower.
Right.
And then the 2009, so another 5 years, the Volvo C30. Around the same weight, around the same power.
I'm taking the C30 of the track.
See, this is because Peetah's been track hardening the M3, but Ian wants him to bring the C30.
Yeah.
We should maybe not at High Plains. Maybe High Plains isn't the place to do that shootout. I think maybe the track out west might be the place to do.
Yeah, the Grand Junction track. Yeah,
because it would be fun too to be able to like switch. Yeah.
Right.
No, Dave's got the look of like, Ian's never driven my car.
Yeah. I need to get a whole other set of brakes ready to go for after the track day for the C30 if this is going to go.
Okay.
Yeah, the fronts are about there, so I'm sure Ian could find a way to finish those off.
Just a little Viking funeral. That's all.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so looking forward to a track day. I need to do the timing chain guides on the Vigan before we go. But besides that, and some brake work, but other than that, I'll be good. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Right.
Well, so Peedah, I wanna finish up with an FMK cars from the classic Reaches. This is an old one that we did a long time ago on the show. Basically, I have saved all of them in a text document, and I searched M5, and I found one that has an M5 in it. And so you're gonna get this one. So this one has a maintenance twist. Right?
Okay.
This is called an ounce of prevention, cool cars with a maintenance catch. The first one is not a cool car. All right, 2009 Toyota Corolla.
Slow-rolla.
Yeah. The catch is you can have the best mechanic in the country. Okay.
Why didn't you say you're looking at him?
We're getting there.
You don't need a mechanic for that.
Well, you're kind of catching on to how this is going to go. So then the next one is going to be the next one's going to be an E39 M5.
Okay.
You have to work on it yourself, and you do not have the internet.
Ooh.
You can go to the library and get books. You have
library. Right.
You can get Hayes manuals shipped to your house.
In this
maybe.
In this
You just
era,
can't go-
he's going to go into a building and touch other books. In this era,
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right.
okay.
And then the last one. A Series 1 Range Rover,
Oh,
and your mechanic
it is.
me.
Wow. Okay.
All right?
All right.
I'm the only person allowed to do maintenance on your Series 1 Range Rover.
And if you decide to crush that, I'm going to like Indiana Jones Ian out of the crusher. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably just go ahead and crush the slow rolla with the greatest mechanic ever, because that's just boring.
It's
I like the way you think.
it's
I like the way you
redundant,
think.
right? Yeah. Yeah. Is it
I don't want to live a plain vanilla life.
right?
I don't want to go places.
Yeah. I don't want to go places with, no concern and
Yeah.
complete relaxation.
Who wants to arrive on time anywhere?
Who likes it when their car starts?
Right.
Yeah.
There's no
I want
drama.
to feel alive and roll the dice more.
Yeah,
All right.
George.
So to that end,
Yeah. So
which one are you going to marry? The Range Rover with me as your mechanic, or the M5 with no internet access?
let's see. I think I'll do. Maybe I would think of this in terms of what's healthiest. What's going to be healthiest for me long term?
Okay.
So I'll go with the Range Rover or the Land Rover and Ian.
Okay.
Because I'll just bike everywhere. It'll be great. Maybe once a year or like around the holidays, he'll put in a little extra time and it'll go around the block once or twice, and then we'll be, back on the bike, and I'll lose my COVID pounds, and
Yeah. I'll just have it running on body hair, and it'll start once a quarter.
Peter, your thighs are going to be so big they won't fit in the Range Rover.
I'll get a little tow behind trailer for groceries for the bicycle, and
Yeah, I like that.
I like it. That's a good answer. So what are you going to do for your one day with the M5 that you have had the internet available?
Well, assuming it can still drive around, I'd probably just drop the cats and muffler out of it.
Okay.
And then just go hooning around and do as many donuts and be as hard on it as possible for one day.
Right.
I think that'd be pretty fun.
It's a very good answer. Very good answer.
Yeah.
Dave, what would you say?
I really like Peetah's forced fitness answer. That's good. That is freaking gold, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's that thing where it's like, part of me knows that the best thing for me is to eat a very sensible salad for dinner, and not panic eat Haagen-Dazs and gummy candies at 11 p.m. Right? So that would mean that the best thing for me in my life would be the Toyota Slow Rolla, right? Mm-hmm. But I've had Werther's candy within the last 2 hours. So I think I need to make a similarly bad decision. And I'm thinking that I'm thinking that Peetah's answer with the Range Rover is the right answer. I'm marrying that, and I am definitely effing the M5, and it is just sawzall the exhaust, right? I mean, not even unbolt any clamps, right? Yeah. I mean, just go for it. What would you do, Ian?
Well, it's a little redundant because if I am the mechanic for both the M5 and the Range Rover, then there's really no winning there.
True. But let's just say for the Range Rover, what if it was me, but I'm not allowed any caffeine?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, honestly, I think you would do a pretty good job keeping a Range Rover running.
But if I don't have coffee, I don't care. Ian.
I think I would marry the M5 because I'm an idiot.
Oh boy.
Right? Yeah, you're like the person whose favorite Simpsons character is Sideshow Bob.
Yeah. And then I'm also going to crush the Corolla.
Yeah. We got to
We're
watch.
all kind of idiots. We're just different flavors of idiot.
Yeah. I like that.
So going with the fitness pick and Ian as the mechanic, I think that would also bring a lot of entertainment of just hanging out in the driveway, watching Ian try to fight through some troubleshooting and hack mechanic work. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, and through no fault of Ian's, right?
Because I would enjoy to see that.
You would learn some new swear words for sure.
Yeah.
You could take any 15-second chunk and lay in the Curb Your Enthusiasm music over it. Yeah. I think that is the makings of a very long and happy relationship. And I do have to say, speaking of cutting exhaust, Ian, I told you that Peedah and I drove around in his C30 without a resonator and a muffler. So you need to tell him how that sounded, Peedah.
It was really loud because basically I put on a catback exhaust that allegedly wasn't droney at all, and it would sound nicer at high RPMs. And it literally did the opposite. So it was droney, and it didn't change anything as soon as you rev it up. So I was kind of unhappy with that, and I just wanted to put the stock exhaust back. So Dave helped me. He helped me pull the new one that I had tried off, and then we went and just ran around his block with it going straight out the cat. Mm-hmm. So, it was super loud.
Obviously, right underneath you, right?
Yeah, it was intensely loud, and then the best part was it would kind of roar when you'd get on it, and then when you'd let off the gas, it would just make all these crazy burbly pops as soon as you let off, and turbo whistle noises. And
the turbo whistle was divine, man.
It was good. Amazing. Yeah. And then, Dave, do you remember the moment where we were coming back around? We were maybe a block away from your place, and there was a little kid on a bicycle that kind of started to come out into the road, and then his dad was heard the Volvo coming, was oh my God, trying to go get his kid. And so I'm trying to be really ginger and go slow, and I'm only going 15, so I let off, and then all of a sudden it just goes pop, 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 and scares the kid even more, and then the dad just gave us dirty looks, and it was great.
Yep. Yeah. This is how you need to spend lockdown, man. This is how this is what you need, man. Mm-hmm. Right?
So the ultimate goal is to figure out how to fit in an exhaust cutout dump valve on a button right in that area so that I can just have a party button and then be nice and stock quiet too.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Party button. I love it, man.
We'll see. Yeah. I'll keep working on that. It's a little tight down there and tricky.
Yeah.
But I'll see if I can find something that'll fit in.
Go figure. The Volvo C30 doesn't offer just massive expanses underneath the car.
Yeah, right.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. You're like, I could put the cutout at the end after the muffler.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Dave, I think when I drove out, like as soon as we started driving, I looked at you and I was like, oh, this is like something that would make Ian just like start giggling and like hunch over a little bit.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Sounds amazing. I would love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to a track day with both of you idiots because
me too.
I love both of you and I miss both of you. And,
it's been a little bit of a. Definitely had high hopes for getting at. What was that?
Ian's petting us,
catching a bug.
I'm touching your faces. Starling.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to doing some track days, and then I was looking at maybe even doing some instructed driving in them 3. So, but we'll get there eventually.
That's right. That optimism is going to carry us through, right? We're going to get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And until then, we're going to be safe about the shit we do, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Peedah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you guys for continuing to put stuff out, and I super appreciate that, especially these days. So thanks for making it work and doing things from a distance still.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for posting the vegan on Craigslist.
Thank you for taking a big old risk and buying it. I hope it still works out for you, Dave.
You want to buy it? I'll sell it to you for $2,400.
Ooh, I don't know. Are you putting the rear seats back in it? Or?
I still have them.
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Peedah. We love you. Goodbye.
Love you guys too. Thanks a lot. It's good to see you.
Ian.
Yes, Dave.
So to close out our 250th episode, right? We had a great time talking to our friends, right?
We did.
Jesse,
yes.
Donnie, and Peedah, right?
Yeah.
You know that this, Ian, what's one thing you know about me, buddy? When I'm faced with a moment like this in my life, I take the option of getting emotional and talking about feelings. You knew it was coming, didn't you, buddy?
I did.
Yeah. So, first of all, I really appreciate you doing 250 episodes with me, and I'm looking forward to 250 more.
Thank you, Dave. I right back at you.
Thanks, buddy. It's
real talk. You put in an insane amount of work into this for me to basically just like log in and act like an idiot mostly. So I appreciate that, and I think people should know that you're the brains behind the operation.
I'm partial brains, Ian. You certainly back up like the other half, like the stuff that you've written, like the French film, like some of the proudest moments of the show. You are absolutely responsible for, and so
thank you.
Yeah, I'm still like, I love the French film more than anything we've ever done. And it's great, right? I was just telling my wife the other day, reminiscing about how JF Musil said, hire these guys when he saw it, right?
Right.
Like, yeah. So yeah.
My overriding memory with that is Nick Kappa, who's like one of the brand reps.
For Fiat Chrysler, yeah.
Yeah, he saw us piling into a minivan with a whole bunch of big gulp cups that we had just bought from 7-Eleven down the street.
Like at 11 o'clock at night or something.
Yeah, and just looking at, he like was walking back to his stand at the Fiat Chrysler part of the thing, and he saw us piling into like the Honda Odyssey or whatever it was. And he just stopped and looked at us, didn't say a word, but like his face went through like 6 or 7 different thoughts. You could see it. And then he just moved on.
So these are
A little shake of the head.
journalists.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and I'm really thankful that we can continue the podcast during these crazy times, you know, and continue putting stuff up on YouTube, because it's really keeping me sane, buddy. I got to tell you, man, it's really helping, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I really appreciate you, you helping out and like making everything work remote and stuff like that. Like I can't thank you enough for that, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice everyone's making. So yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And, you know, we've had some awesome stuff happen over the course of doing 250 episodes. We've had so many awesome people send us stuff. We've had so many awesome people send us horrific things that we can never unsee. And, you know, we're just really thankful to everyone that listens to this, that sends us stuff, that, you know, that has interacted or pointed anything to us. Each and every one of you, we're seriously thankful, for sure.
Yes, both of you are so dear to our hearts.
Ian,
do it.
Ian,
I know.
nice.
I know.
Yeah.
No, Dave is right. And so, if you want to continue interacting with us, you can email us at apexadjacent@gmail.com. You can text us or call us at 720-515-1391.
Boom! You got it, buddy. You got it.
Or, you know, slide into our DMs. We're there.
Yep.
Mostly, usually.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we love you, everybody, so much.
We do.
Thank you.
Thank you.